last day.
Can you be a bit louder, boss?
Yeah, I'm saying like I'm recording like the last day only. Okay, same
Yeah.
way. So today, what are those topics we are going to cover? First, we are going to cover our BDD framework. Okay. Then next, one by one, we will cover. Okay. So let's start from BDD. So any idea like what is BDD?
No, I have no idea.
No.
So I just admitted Sangeeta. Let's see, Sangeeta joined. Yeah, she also joined. Yeah, can you hear me, Sangeeta?
Write
Yes,
the
yes, yes, I can.
cases. Write the cases in the framework. Something like that.
Okay. Any idea, Sangeeta, what is BDD?
No, I
Yes,
don't have
I
any
have an idea.
Okay, what is BDD?
BDD is a framework where a test case can be written in simple English language format, with giving these conditions, like given, then, and then, like some this
When.
format a test case is written in simple English language, like what to do, what next to do, and that should be like executed in a language named Cucumber as we run the file Java, Python.
Okay. So let's do first check like how BDD look like. Okay, then we will go and do like other things.
Sir, I have lots of doubts. Last word. Sir,
Yeah, we will come. We will
I
come.
also didn't get the pagination file. So yes.
Okay, I'm checking. I'm checking. I will check after this class only.
okay.
Okay. So just see like as we already written under integration only. So no issue. So over there, first check how it's look like. You guys can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
This is basically how our BGT framework look like. Like you are mentioning feature. So this line is basically your feature. Then you are mentioning a description like as a user, like we know our user stories, correct? So like that way, as a user, I'm enabled
Yes.
to use all the functions in practice page. Then there is two scenario. Okay. First scenario, as a user, I should able to see the title of the page. Now there is three part of a particular scenario: given, when, and then. Okay. So
Sir,
given, yeah, Shagita,
will I say?
yeah, say.
Sir, as we have just written the heading, as a user, I'm able to use all the function in the practice page. So to use or to use all the functions for a page. So for all these things, I have to write the scenario. I mean, to use all the functions for that particular page, whatever necessities I have to do. So based on that, I have to write the scenarios.
No, this is just a sample. Okay, this is just a sample I wrote. Okay, you can create multiple this kind of feature file.
No, sir. I'm telling that sir বাংলায় বলি ভালো করে বলতে পারবো আমি বলছি স্যার এখানে লিখেছেন না যে একটা পেজে যে কটা ফাংশন আছে একটা ইউজার সেটা ইউজ করতে পারবে তো সেই এই বেসটার জন্য মানে এই অনলি এই স্টেটমেন্টের জন্য আমাকে এই পেজটার সমস্ত ফাংশন আমি অ্যাজ এ ইউজার ইউজ করতে চাই তো তার জন্য আমার যা যা সিনারিও লেখার দরকার আমি সেটা লিখবো এর নিচে
Correct.
আচ্ছা
Can you repeat once, boss? I don't
Yeah.
understand the thing.
Can you guys just give me like 1 or 2 minutes?
Okay.
Yes.
Just a minute. Yeah, I'm back. So just think like this way. I'm again repeating. Okay. Just think like you have to check login page. Okay. So in login page, basically you are creating multiple scenarios,
Yes.
Yes.
right? And you are using like describe and you are describing something.
Mm-hmm.
After that, you are creating multiple it. Correct?
Yes.
Because describe we already know that's a test shoot or test suites. And under that basically individual it's are basically test cases.
Mhm.
Now here your feature is basically your that test shoots. An individual scenario is basically your its. Okay. And what we are given? We are giving like given, when, and then like this way. Given is I successfully browse to the application. When I click on the practice button, then I should see the title of the page like this. Simple. Up to this clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Now point is Cypress don't know how to react with this feature file. Correct? Because he only know to check like specification JS file and like that only. But this file URL is different.
Dot
This is
feature.
not feature. So for that, what we need to do first, like we are installing the same way we will install this one, the Cypress Cucumber preprocessor. This is very simple that we already know. Like you have to just write it over here, like npm install, then this name only. Suppose I'm just copying this name. So you have to paste this name. You have to paste this name. Then you have to write like this way, save dash dev, because this is my development dependency.
Yes.
You have to just write like this line and hit enter. So I already installed, so I'm not actually showing again. So once this is installed, what will happen? This line will going to add in your package.json. Cool. So once this line is done, what is the meaning? Means why we're using? See, it's called like preprocessor. If you remember C language?
Yes.
Yes.
In C language, we call preprocessor when
Yes.
we are using hash include
Hash
stereo dot.
Yes, yes.
That is what, like before processing something, we are assigning this one so that it can help us to process some files. Correct?
Mm.
So this is my preprocessor, and this is like another add-on package with Cypress. That is by default, Cypress is not giving, but some other company actually developing on top of Cypress. And that is basically like Cucumber. Like Shangita, you already mentioned. Okay, so up to this is clear.
Like library, all the functions will be like called
Correct,
from this library.
correct.
I have a question. Like
Yeah,
the in dependencies, this has to be included. Like there is other thing also, like in the package.json. So we can't include the files in other things. Like we have to do this in dependencies only.
you just write that line, whatever the line I just wrote, na, like npm install that one. So you need to just write that one. You no need to write manually anything in package.json, because it's actually what is going to happen whenever you will install that one, it automatically write in this page package.json.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So then after that, what I'm basically going to do, I will open my plugin. Okay. Then I will check, like you can see in plugin, because I already mentioned this is like an add-on package for me, correct?
Yes.
So basically then in plugin section, I need to write these lines so that it can actually process before process anything else,
Yes.
correct? So this is the line only, you have to just copy and paste. Okay. So here you don't need to play anything, just copy and paste these lines only. Nothing is there. We are just mentioning like, check that Cypress Cucumber preprocessor package only. Take it in a Cucumber variable or as a constant. And as we know, we all know, if something is beyond Cypress, so we should assign on task. Like last day for CSV and Excel, we discussed we should assign on task. So like that's why we are assigning on task. Okay, and we are mentioning. Now, after that, what we will do, we will create a folder, any folder. Suppose here you can give a login. Suppose
Up
you
to
are
this
giving,
failed required, this one we have to copy paste.
yes, up to this selected one, up to this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that type one also. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Plugin.
Now after that, what we need to do, we will create this feature file. Okay.
Okay.
Then in that same folder, like in mother folder, we created this feature file. In this mother folder only, we will create another subfolder.
Okay.
Okay. And here we will write the steps. Now how? This one. See, you can see. Now
Yes.
see, here basically two things are implemented. One is basically my form. So last day we already checked class, how we can define in a page object model this form. So like this way, this is my practice page class, load home page. This is one function. This is another function. This is another, like this way, whatever the function I need, all the function is written. And last day we already discussed, like we need to export so that we can inherit. Yes. So the same way we actually write over here. This is my form model. Now in this page, what we are doing, see, we are importing one line first, because my Cypress is basically don't know what is the meaning of given, when, and then, correct?
Yes.
But in my feature file, it's written like a given, when, then. So that's why this library we are installing, like importing. Like in our form model, we are importing this practice page, correct? The same way we are importing this Cypress one. So we assign this one. Now, what I'm actually doing, in given, I'm writing, I successfully browsed to the application. Now open your this file. In given, you can see I successfully browsed to the application. So this line only I'm writing over here. Okay, nothing else. Then I'm just calling that form method, that is load homepage. Cool. So this is my given scenario. Now in my when scenario, what I wrote, I click on practice button.
Sir, dot load homepage, where is function? Dot load homepage.
Just I saw this one.
Okay. This function. Okay.
From form model is basically deriving from there.
Okay.
Cool. Okay, so second line, what I wrote, when I click on practice button. So let's see, it should be when. Next, yes, when I click on practice button, then I'm calling that another function from that form model. Then we have then another. So same thing, just check. I should see the title of the page is this automation practice. So over here, if you go, I should see the title of the page is string. Why string? Dynamically, whatever the page title is, that will going to reflect over here. Okay, so that's why I put it in the second bracket. Cool. For the second scenario, again, one when, another then is there. For the second scenario, like in our BDD, we have another scenario. Over there, we mention when and then, the same way, like the first one, we mention the second one. So suppose I can mention like this way, this is for second scenario example. Okay. So what I did first, again, I'm just repeating, first I installed, so it will reflect in my packagization first. Second, I went to plugin index, then I defined this code. Okay. Third, I created a master folder, and under that master folder, I created one subfolder and one file. That file is basically my feature file.
Yes.
I written the BDD format. BDD is basically behavioral.
Suppose I have a question. How can I create a SAP folder?
Eh?
How can I create a like folder is fine, but subfolder like under
Under
that,
that folder,
under that folder again one more folder I'm just creating.
You
select
just choose
content.
this one. You just choose this one.
Yeah. And
And
under that I'm just adding another folder like this.
nothing to do. You nothing to do. Just select that one
This one I'm
and click,
clicking on.
click like this way. See,
Yes, yes, understood. Yeah. Okay. Folder.
done.
File, okay.
Absolutely. So like that way, I'm just creating this feature file. Then I'm creating POM that we already saw last year. And based on BGD and POM, then I'm implementing my main testing class. So this line is basically inheriting POM. This line basically inheriting BGD.
BDD. That's one.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Up to this clear?
Yes.
So let's try and run and let's see it will work or not. So here it's written Cypress open, CY open like this way only. So I will write as we already know like this way, CY open. Okay. Now see, we got each and everything. But now point is which file I will hit, this JS or this feature.
Where the functions are called in this page.
Practice steps.js, I think.
Yeah, I mean dot
Yeah,
load
like
page dot drop
main-
down. The
what the
main
functions are called.
Steps.js.
both are
No, no. This is the change. Because why we use this preprocessor? So that my compiler actually going to understand. Correct? So this time, instead of these two, I will directly access and click on this feature page.
Dot feature. Okay.
Yes. And that my preprocessor is basically going to convert my code and it will automatically check where it is. How? So suppose I'm clicking, see this file name and this folder name, you can see same Codenbox underscore practice and this folder name Codenbox underscore practice, both are same.
Yes.
This is the way we are basically going to understand that processor. So this feature is basically depends on this folder. So whenever I'm clicking on this one, you have to go and check this folder. Got it? So now I'm clicking on this feature. Let's see.
Why we can't do that? Why we can't write all these files under the master folder? Why we need another subfolder?
As just I mentioned, because you are written in feature file. See, this is the URL feature and this name only we are creating in that over there. So it
And
should be.
subfolder. Okay.
So
Okay.
now see what is happening. Practice function of the application, that heading came.
Yeah.
Now as given was there previously, or the subline subtext that is coming. Then given, when, now it's loading the then one is actually happening. Okay, let it be complete. Yeah, the first one is completed. Now see how beautiful it's look like. It's given this one. This is when and this is then. Correct? And for this one, see it's the same way. This is when, this is then. So this is the actual flavor of BDD framework. Behavioral driven design, it's called. Why behavioral? Means when you are saying to someone, I given this one, when this one, you have to do this. So this is like a behavior. So that's why I call BDD. And when you are, concatenating or migrating two things together, BDD and POM, your coding structure is so much, perfect, because if you are just showing this file to anyone, whoever don't know, like how, anything like this
I can
BDD and other
understand.
things work, just give him that file, this file.
Yeah.
Now think, when someone, okay, whatever the company you are actually working, just think like this way. If anyone is asking you to write a test case, instead of writing anything, like whatever you want, you are writing in that format only, someone else is writing in another format. If you are writing your test cases in this format, BDD format, how much helpful that is. Because everyone know BDD, this is a standard. Everyone can convert this BDD to your normal actual test cases. You got my point, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, boss.
I have a question. In this, like in the Cypress, when we open the code and box underscore practice dot feature, there is another file, right? Where what we are running for the that thing. But here there is no file. I think like in the code in the this, like what is this said? Uh, Here I can see like any file under codeinbox underscore practice dot feature.
No, means this is something like, this is your home address,
Yes.
okay, where you are defining what is those things are there. Now whenever I'm clicking on feature, it's actually redirecting to this folder, and in this folder I have one form file, page object model, and those page object model and this feature I am calling from my actual test class. That's why I actually written, this is inheriting for BDD, this is inheriting from POM.
Okay.
Then I am writing given when, then again when, then for the second scenario, like this way.
Yeah.
Clear up to this?
Sir, can you please go to the practice page.js page once again?
Practice page.js. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Here we have all mentioned. The CSS
The
selector and
those all codes and everything is written here in this file, in this form file, right?
practice page.js, and which we are inheriting.
Yes, everything is written over here.
Correct.
Because this
Correct.
is the actual file, and actually POM file is this. Like
Yes.
and we are calling the functions on the next file, practice stage.js, and then we are inheriting the functions in the feature file, or the calling the what is
Yeah, the page and the function name.
yeah.
This is my POM page. This is my function name.
Name.
Cypress don't know what is the meaning of given, when, then, because it only know like describe it.
Right.
So that it can actually understand what is the meaning of given, when, then, we are inheriting this line, this Cypress Cucumber preprocessor steps, and how it will going to validate based on this feature file. Because my QA department actually written test cases in this format, so that it will very easy to implement on my side as a developer like this way, so that I can validate whatever the test cases is written, my code is also belong to like that way only.
Hmm. This is very easy.
Yes, BDD is
Yeah,
very easy.
easy.
Cool. So up to this, okay. So that's been, we previously saw like how normal Cypress work, correct? Then last day we saw like how you need to implement POM.
Yes.
Today we saw like how you need to create BGT with POM.
Yes.
Now, if in your project you are implementing BDT, then POM
Hmm.
together,
Yes.
then you are running your code. Now you know how to create Mocha Awesome report.
Yes.
So now
Yeah.
you know full package. Means full package means if you say proudly, yes, you can say right now you know Cypress with BGT, POM, and Mocha Awesome. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Actually, this
So,
is very easy and easily understandable.
absolutely, absolutely. Now the next topic is much more interesting. So next topic is basically, okay, let me stop this one first. Next topic is basically, XHR, because you guys already test API.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, if I ask you to test
XHR.
XHR, what is that?
Then the developer tools, we can see that XHR.
Now, how you will going to test that thing? Because that is not API. Your
Yeah.
API is different, XHR is different. So let's see that one. It's very easy, so no issue. So let me first run one file. Okay, let me run this one.
So API testing, that is different and this is different, right, in Cypress?
Absolutely. How and like why, that I am going to share.
So API testing we are going to learn today.
Yeah, why not? We will check XHR and API together. So before that, let me open this network page. So this network page, you guys know, correct? How it's work.
Yes.
Yeah.
So now see, this is my intercept via XHR. This is my intercept via fetch, like normal API. Correct? Now what is the difference? If I'm clicking over here, load 3 user. So it's loaded 3 user, correct?
Yes.
See the type. Type is
Fetch.
fetch. Now, if I click over here, load 3 user. Now see, what is the type? XHR. Correct? Now my question is, what is the difference between XHR and fetch? XHR is basically work previously when we are doing XML HTTP request via Ajax. Like if you're going back to 7 to 8 years of the development, maybe you guys see or saw like whenever you are clicking in any button, the full page of the website is loading.
Yes.
Yes.
Then data is coming. Then after Ajax is actually came, what is happened? Whenever you are clicking, particularly that section is loading. Other section is not loading. How? Because Ajax is asynchronous. Partially, a section of a page is loading. And how it's loading? This is called XHR. It's calling that API. And nowadays, on top of XHR only, we created fetch or our REST API. This REST API testing is very easy, like we are already doing. But how we will test this XHR? Because you can't test XHR through Postman directly. So this is our next topic, how we will test XHR. So it's very simple.
Sir, where are
See,
the REST files? I mean, course day 1, day 2, you told. I mean, there is a different.
Yeah, that's a different one. Because we can't actually do like, lots of file together. It will create complex for you to download and test.
Okay.
So those files are there in GitHub, don't worry.
Okay.
In GitHub, where it's shared over there already. Okay, let's get back to over here. You can see this 1, 2, 3 up to this is basically we are doing some get post method via XHR. This one we are doing via fetch. Okay, so what is the difference if I am opening this code? See, this is my cy.server, then cy.route as this. So these codes are written. Okay, before I explain anything, let me show you something first. Okay, Cypress server. If I am opening this file, it's just read these lines once. cy.server and cy.route are deprecated in Cypress 6.0.0. So they are no more using this server function and route function. Okay, instead of that, what they are actually using, they are using cy.intercept. Okay, and you can see this cy.route and cy.server only support intercepting XML HTTP request, that is XHR request using the fetch API, the other types of network, then page load intercepted. That intercept we have to use this intercept. Cool.
Yes.
Sir, can you please repeat this once again? Didn't understand.
This is simple. I'm just saying CY server and CY route, these two function of Cypress is deprecated. Deprecated means absolute. They are not going to support these two function anymore. Instead of that, they are supporting cy.intercept. Okay, and here it's written CY route and CY server is only support XML HTTP request. That is our XHR in short, nothing else. And for fetch API, you need to call intercept. Okay. So now if you go over there, you can see we use CY server. We use this route file.
Yes.
As means, alias last day we already saw.
Yeah.
Then what we are doing, we are basically clicking or calling this link and waiting for some time until unless this user is actually written, this user, okay, return. Then from its status, we are basically check, because obviously your API, no matter it's XHR or REST API, it will obviously return 200, correct, at the success. So that thing only we are checking. Then we are checking the length, like whatever the data actually returned, we are checking it is returned 3 or not. Total 3 data is returned or not. Now, for post method, the same way, instead of, like this way, user, because by default is always mention get or fetch some data. So at the time of post, we have to mention. See here, basically one parameter we passed, because get is by default, you no need to mention. Here basically 2 parameter, one is post and another one is which route or the URL I need to hit. And post method means, you have to send some body like data, because you are inserting that data via post. So I'm just sending this data, nothing else. Then the same operation, and I'm checking after waiting 201 is coming or not. So 200 series means basically success. Now 0 means nothing is in return, it's coming. 1 means it will return me something. Okay, how we are going to check that one means basically over here, if I'm writing, suppose AVC example, This is as@a.com. Okay, now if I'm hitting over here, so it's showing successful 11, correct? AVC, this is my name. Email ID is this one, what I
Yes.
shared. And over here, see this one. This is returning me what? 201, correct?
Yes.
So that's why I written over there the same line only. Like it will give me status 201 and it will, I am going to check that it should contain a text of username hyphen user email. How? Because this is one level and here we written 11 hyphen avc hyphen as@a.com. So I am just want to check this much. I'm not checking this ID, but I am just checking this thing like name hyphen email. So that's why I written over here username hyphen email. These two things are there in that span or that link or not. Clear? So,
Here I can see can you go down? There is a thing is 201. Expect XHR status. What is this 201?
when I just click in this post a user, this button,
Yeah.
you saw over here, previously it's coming at the time of page and extension. Now, but at the time when I'm inserting something, that point of time is returning, the status is basically 201.
Okay.
Okay. So that's why I am actually checking over here. In my status codes is basically coming 201 only.
Okay.
And any code like 200, 201, 202, this is all belong to my success only. If something is coming like 300 series, that means some server error issue is there. If something is coming like 400, like we said, like 404, that means page not exist or page not found. So this is one series, 200 series, 300 series, 400 series.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, now the same thing, same thing. If I need to do via fetch, then what I will do? See, now what I'm doing, instead of those server and route, I'm using intercept as their recommended. So what I'm doing, nothing, simple intercept. Then I'm giving the path name, like previously we are mentioning route name. Here we are giving path name. We are mentioning the method like get, post, put, anything. In query, we are giving limit 3 because I need to return 3 user only. Because see, in our application, this is like 3 user. We are limiting. Correct. How we will going to know like visually, like it's returning 3 or not. Let's see. You can see this underscore limit equal to 3.
Yes.
So this thing only we are mentioning in that query like this way, underscore limit 3. So
So
after you,
from where we will get that page, Abhishek, you are showing sometimes that XHR and API is this one. This is what?
this is one HTML page I created over here.
Okay.
Okay, that HTML page, from that HTML page only,
Okay.
I am actually getting those data.
Getting
Now,
it.
if I need to
Hmm.
see from where those data are coming,
Hmm.
see, this is the URL I'm calling via XHR or intercept.
Okay. Okay. Got you.
Okay, here all the JSON data is there.
Okay.
This JSON data only I'm calling, nothing else. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Now, whereas I was, yeah, over here. Now, same thing. I just wrote, I've given a name like alias name user, nothing else. Then I'm clicking in that button only. When I click on that button, then I'm waiting to, complete the request of this API. Once this API request is completed, then I'm checking the response body. Then I'm checking same way. like have the length of 3 because I want 3 data only, nothing else.
Yes.
The same way, if I need to request 5 user, yeah, so I will do the same way, like path name user, query limit 5 as a user, then I will click, then I will wait for that response. Once that response is ready, then I will check it's 5 or not. Simple. So let's see, it's run or not. Okay, so let me click on this file. This is our test case.
Yes.
Sangeeta actually left. Okay, she is rejoining.
স্যার সিস্টেমটা অফ হয়ে গেছে, একটু 2 মিনিট আমি সিস্টেমটা জাস্ট অনই করছি, ফোনটা
That's okay. That's okay. We are just running. I'm not discussing anything. I'm just running that test case only. So let's see.
স্যার আমি যেটা মিস করলাম একটু বলে দেবেন ওইটা?
তুমি কিছুই মিস করোনি, খালি মিস করেছো ওই যেটা আমি লিখছিলাম npm run cy colon open, that one only you missed. See, we done two things. One, fast, we checked, okay, that get request of 5 user, it's coming or not. So see, it came.
ফেচটা আরেকবার বুঝবো স্যার, ফেচের কোডটা বুঝতে পারিনি মানে যেভাবে লিখেছি।
Okay, so this is, you can see the fetch from those 5 user are came in the table, and for that post the same way we clicked, like we put it that V and ABC, that one, then we clicked on that over there, then we wait for this one. Okay, once it's done, it's expected 201, it's equal to 201, that is success. It's checking if VI is there or not, it's totally matched. Now it's checked that a.b.c.com, that is also checked and matched. Then from this span or from this level, we are checking these two things are there, that is successful. Cool, clear, Swagata?
Yes.
Okay, so let me go back again so that I can explain to her once. No, now I will not explain. Swagata,
Yes.
can I explain this one?
First of all, cy.intercept is there, and there is path name, and up to this there is normal code actually. Here is cy.wait@users its response.b and should have length dot comma 5 data. This is taking the length of the users, like total number of rows is 5 or not. It is actually checking this, and after that it is like cy.get, it is getting the row thing, and then it should have length 5. Like it is nothing like that.
Sir, first query, I mean query JSON format, this limit is what? 5 user limit?
Yes.
Yes, means if you are checking this URL from where we are getting this JSON data, it's more than 5. Correct?
Okay.
10 data is there. But I am saying instead of 5, you need to give me like this way. Suppose if I'm writing like this way, see, underscore limit equal to 5. So it will return me only 5, not more than that. It's done. So this is the way only. See, this is my route, okay, and this is my that query I'm giving. So this is the thing we are writing over here. The path name is this, and from query we are passing this one. Okay.
Okay. And the table name like dot as users from this table dot get so cy dot get this selector is which selector? Like
Which select
Row
is-
selector. No.
This is
Okay.
this is the button one. No, this one.
Okay.
Load 5 user. This
okay,
one.
okay, 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 okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now once I clicked in this step, wait means I'm waiting. Like when this URL will give me some response. Up to that I will wait. So I'm saying that one only. That's why I see this alias name only. I am calling from here. Then I'm saying once it's done, then check the response.body. Then after that, check it should have the length is 5 because I query 5.
Okay.
Cool.
Hmm. So here the button is like in the below the table there is a button like to load the 5 users. What if I give you a 6 or 7? Then then we will not get the button, right?
No, why should not? No matter whatever the button is, if I'm changing over here like 6 and here also 6, now see what will happen. Let me skip others. So button it does not matter, it's just a text only, correct?
But the button selector, this selector is for 5 users button.
No.
Yeah. But that is the only given the name by us only, correct?
Okay.
Not like that. If I'm searching like from here only, see this is the button. If I'm searching name, see what is giving load 5 user fetch. If I'm just changing the name to 5 to 6, so that's not mean it will return 6.
Okay.
Instead of 6, then I have to call 6 data.
Okay.
So
Button selector is the same.
I'm just changing again, so I'm not changing so that it should run in your case also. So I'm stopping sharing once more. Yeah, so up to this is clear to everyone. Vishaka, Sankita, Swagata.
Yes.
Yes.
For me, it is clear up to this.
Yes.
Vishaka,
Yes, yes, boss, it is. But this is the first time I'm seeing this, so if I will do this, I think it would be. Yeah, it is clear, boss.
that's perfectly okay. That's perfectly okay. So up to this is clear, correct? Like how you need to check exciser, fetch, another thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. The same way we will do the API testing and all. No issue. Okay. Now, you guys want 1 or 2 minutes break?
Yes, স্যার এরপরেও কি অন্য কিছু আছে টপিক?
I don't want any break, boss.
Yes, after this also we have something.
স্যার ভুলে যাব তো সব একেবারে।
That's why we are recording. Na?
I want to see the API testing, boss. I want to see the API one.
You want to see the API one?
Yeah.
So you just saw this XHR, fetch, then how to do this intercept because for
How
API
it is different with the API testing? I just want to see that. How it is different with the API testing, this XHR, and how you will do the like coding for API testing. So I just want to see that.
coming. This is our next topic only.
Like how it is different than Postman, what we do via Postman and via this one.
See, this is our basically today's topic I'm sending. So first we started with BDD, Then after that, this is the topic. So we saw the first topic only today, like BGD. Then we just completed the second topic. Now this API testing, basic authentication, request chain, this is our next topic only.
And
Okay,
after,
let me continue. Let me continue. That's better. See over here only, I created another folder that's for API testing. That is very simple because everything is given. So you don't need to do like special thing over there. So see, this is like a CRUD operation, like create, read, update, delete. The 4 operation only. But one extra thing that we are doing, that is this one. We are creating a different type, that is this file. How? Simple again, we need to install one package for that. That package name is this one. Nothing, you need to
what
just
is this name?
Bahamutu something, I don't know. That's okay. That's total credit of that person who actually worked on top of, Intercept.
Mhm.
Top of Intercept, that person worked, and he or she, I don't know what's the gender, but that person has basically created this package for us, and we are going to utilize that. This is very simple. The same way we already know how to utilize those package. Like that way only we will install that package. I'm not telling again and again, it's the same thing because we already know.
npm install this Bahumutov save dev like this way.
Yeah, Bahumutov, then /cy -API, like this way.
Can you write it down once, please, boss, for us?
Recording progress.
So this is something like npm install
Okay.
Bahu, not Bahu, sorry, Bahumutov cy API, like this way only. You have to write.
Okay.
Once you hit enter, it will going to install. Don't worry.
Okay.
Okay.
So once it's done, as we know, this is like a package extra thing. So obviously you have to install in where?
Thank you.
I
This is
didn't
again-
understand. Can you please tell once?
No. Why your machine is not working?
I don't know, sir. My
I
machine.
said, okay, I said Intercept we used for those fetch and extension. Okay. For API, we are actually using this third-party package.
Yes.
Yes.
Now you know how to install this third-party package. If something is not here like that npm install. Then once it's installed, then we have to go to plugin.
Plugins index.js, yes.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Where? Oh, sorry, not in plugin. Sorry, support. This will be in support because this is supporting something because it's working on top of Intercept as just discussed. So
So under index.js only we have to write, no, boss?
correct. Under support folder, there is index.js. Over there, you need to call these lines.
This
Okay.
API logging, it is up to this import one.
Correct. Correct.
Okay.
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 So once it's done, then I'm going to CRUD operation. Here I will give this reference type. Why? Because instead of this request, see over here, we are using API. Correct. So this API, until and unless you are giving this line, it will not detect. So that's why I just given as a reference type this. Don't worry, you just copy and paste that one. That will work. It's just a referencing that support one, nothing else.
But it is
Now-
needed. We have to give this line, right?
Correct. So that
Import.
Shubhata,
Using get
can you repeat what, Shubhata?
yeah. Here we are using get method.
See, Here is basically this one is written via request. Okay. So this is one get method we are calling. This is what we are calling a put method because we are updating. This is here we are using delete method because the file name is CRUD, like create, read, update, delete. For create we are using post, that we know, correct? For API,
Yes, yes.
post is using for create, get is using for read, put is using for update,
Yes,
and delete is using for delete.
yeah.
Now the same thing only, you are calling this URL. The method is post. Auth means this admin and admin you are passing. Body you are passing, the name is basically false, mean gender is male, and in return it is basically returning this body, like
But you,
what is the ID?
you have given the base URL somewhere else. The base URL. This is not the base URL, I think.
No, this is just a code. I am not calling anywhere. Okay, this is
Okay.
just a sample code.
So
Means
the
how it.
okay, okay.
So because see, I don't have like any practical server right now for showcase because all the projects are company projects that I can showcase.
No, yeah.
If you are implementing in your company, you already have something. So those API you can easily test like this way for this post method. Okay. For for read method, this is very simple again. URL API member get same authentication and you are checking. For update, same put method checking, and you are checking like that member with that ID is basically successful or not. That text is basically returning or not from that API. For delete, same. Sorry. So this is very simple. Like we already checked that intercept one, fetch, the same way they implemented for REST API this one. So that it actually like same. Yes, Sangita.
Here we do not need to give that content type like application JSON, then or the token one, like usually we do input give Postman the token.
Here I am passing any token.
No,
So that's why I'm not written.
that is I'm okay.
Yeah, means if you need, then that point of time you need to develop. Like, see this way, like this is your body.
Yes.
Correct. Just see the documentation. It's basically passing the URL, one text. Correct. Then they is expecting the status and other thing. Okay. If you are not giving that one, so that's mean is by default it will send as a JSON format only. Got my point?
Okay.
Now, if you need to check the whole documentation of this user, like who actually created this one, what you need to do, wait, you just go and search in Google once, then you can see his actual documentation. See, this guy is actually tested this one. Okay, how it's basically returning. What are those process? The same process we also followed, nothing else. Okay, so this is like an example, server log example. This is black box API testing in server logs, how we can do like black box API testing. Okay, so that one also. So just explore this one. Okay, so it will get the deep knowledge how this person is suggesting. But the basic thing, like you can, if you are calling like this way, and see here, basically I'm holding the ID in a variable, like a global variable, so that this ID I can call anywhere, like from other test cases also. I no need to, because when you are creating a user, obviously your server will return you one user ID, correct? Then only you can do that operation on top of that particular user. So that's why we are holding this ID. And that ID only I'm using when we are actually reading that member or update that member or delete that member. If you are not passing, then what will happen if your developer not build that code properly? So whatever the user is there, everyone is deleted. That should not be correct. You need to delete or update a particular user. So that's why you are passing that ID.
Okay.
Clear up to this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not explaining the other files because this is same for delete. This is file upload that we already checked. So this is a little bit of different type. Like here we are actually, converting binary string to blob. So blob, anyone know blob?
Here.
What is this
No.
file upload for, Bose? I don't understand. Like what is this file upload for?
This file upload is basically like previously we saw how we can from UI level we can upload a file that we saw, but we
Yes.
never saw how to upload a file through API.
Oh, okay.
So if you need to test that one, then you need to run this one.
Okay.
Okay, this code. Now, only difference between that one and this one is we are converting this file in a blob format. Blob is basically nothing. It's called binary large object. The short form is blob.
Binary large object.
Yes, means if you are converting a picture to a binary form, so what will happen? The size will be bit heavy because it's converting a file like a file or image to a binary format. So this is the file format is basically called blob, but this is very rare through API. You need to test this file upload because your developer is already integrate that API to your UI. So whatever the things you already learned, that is enough. But for your help only, if any scenario is coming, that's why this code is there. Okay, no need to focus right now. After this whole course, if you got time, practice each and everything, then look after this file. If you have any question, then we will discuss. Don't worry, but don't look after right now only, because little bit of another means, a different thing is there that will actually mess up your mind. So leave that file, no issue. But this is the scope is already there. Get we already checked. Post we already checked. The same way only. Put over there. That's why I just mentioned this CRUD operation. If you are building a CRUD operation only like this way, that's enough for testing.
So Bose, under CRUD, I'm getting everything. Apart from that, also you have made, like you have created these other files, like for get, post, put, delete, like separately.
Correct. So that you can differentiate, nothing else.
Okay.
We can write over a single file or like differentiate it in.
Absolutely. So up to this clear?
Yes.
Can we run this, Bose, this API one?
Oh, that I already mentioned. No, I don't have any.
Yes. Right. Okay.
I can't run, but this is the structure only. But
Okay.
if you have any API, you need to test. Just apply this thing only. It will work.
Okay. It's got it.
So got that clear?
Yes.
What happened to the voice? I can't hear you properly.
Yeah. Can you?
Some internet issue, I think Swagata is facing.
Yeah.
I am also facing. The system is.
Okay. Sure. So our next topic.
Sir, can you please tell me when this office will open and I can go office?
How can I know that?
This video is recording.
This is console, and you are talking about your company.
Oh, actually, I'm fed up with my system. I want to go office and use their system.
Call HR. Okay. So we completed BTT, we completed XHR, Fetch, we completed API. Now,
Yes.
how we will do performance test? Like if you need to know performance of a website or a site, then how
Jmeter,
and
Yes, we can.
Here it is artillery.
artillery.
that is load testing. JMeter is not doing performance testing. That's a load testing. Load
Okay.
testing, performance testing is different.
Yes, because under performance testing, there are many more other things apart from load testing.
Correct. Performance testing is how quick your page is loading. Okay, what is the SEO? Okay, where basically the largest image is basically loading. So those things, how you can define? Okay, let's see. Let's go to over here and open Google.
স্যার সব ভুলে যাব।
Congratulations. That's why I'm recording.
You haven't shared the recording with me, boss, last time.
Yeah, I shared in that console log only that link. Okay, today I will again I will share.
স্যার আপনার ইউটিউব চ্যানেলে দিয়েছেন?
Yes.
Day 2 is there. Day 3 also I will going to upload.
Today
Now
is day.
see, yeah, today is day 3. Now see, there is one tab that is called Lighthouse. Okay, what I do, I just click on like this way, like performance, progressive web app, best practices, accessibility, SEO, and device. It will go into text desktop, and I will click on generate report. So basically, now
This is what? This is Lighthouse.
yes, this is Lighthouse. Google Chrome Lighthouse for auditing, performance testing auditing. So see, this page is loaded. Auditing is going on. Once it's finished, then we can see.
So, boss, this is related to Cypress.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Because
how
this,
can we
this is
use it?
something.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
can we use this?
Coming. This is something what I'm implementing from the front end only. Correct? See, it's given. The performance of this google.com is basically 40. Accessibility, these best practice uses, these SEO, these blah, 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 all the reports and everything. Now, my question is, if I need to generate the same report instead of from here manually, from Cypress, how we will going to do that? So this is the topic I'm going to cover. Okay. So before we start anything, obviously this is a third party. We know.
আবার ইনস্টল হবে।
So we need to install Cypress Audit, nothing else. We will write simple way, same way, npm install Cypress-audit, and it will going to install. Okay. Once done, as this one again, what? A package, correct? So I need to go to Cypress, then go to over here, plugin. And over here, we will write, you no need to understand anything, okay, in this file. Just copy this file and paste it. Total file, just copy and paste. Okay. But if you need to understand, nothing is basically I'm generating a report that will going to generate like audit hyphen the file name .json. Like see over here, this JSON file is generated audit. So this is the audit file.
From where I'm going to copy, boss? This audit.
No. From under plugin from index.
Okay.
And another thing I'm basically creating, that is categorical. So category hyphen this. So see this file category. So just copy. No need to change anything. But those files will for your internal purpose on to understand. But actual purpose for reporting, performance report of the site, you need to create or copy this number 4th point. Okay, where I written over there one directory, that is this one, preference report or performance report. Sorry, not preference, performance report.
these files are under what? Like Cypress, under Cypress.
Under Cypress, there is plugin. Under plugin, there is index.js.
No, this other files like what was that?
Audit one.
Yeah, the categories and this ones.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
It will.
yes.
This is sorry. This is report for your internal purpose. See over here, you can see like this. You check google.com, fast contentful paint, largest contentful paint, fast meaningful paint, what is the time it's taking. So each and every data is here. Okay, but that's okay. You no need to see like this way. Okay, like a raw way. That
This
I'm
parameter we'll have to mention manually in this audit HTTPS.
this again. I'm saying this is report. This is going to generate. You no need to do anything.
Okay.
But what you need to write that I'm going to showcase. You need to write under integration these lines. Like see, describe this, only this. This is the new line. Lighthouse. cy.lighthouse. This is you are writing. And first one you are writing without any thresholds. Okay. Now in second test cases, you are writing with some threshold, like it should be more than 50. Your fast contentful paint, it should be 2000 millisecond. So this is my threshold. Up to this, it will give me success, like a threshold, maximum one. Okay. Accessibility 80, because this thing we already saw, correct? Oh, I closed that one. So we already saw like this accessibility is giving like 80, interactivity, this kind of reports they are giving, Lighthouse. So this threshold I'm mentioning over here, and over there we mentioned two things, correct? Like they are asking me like desktop or mobile. So here I'm mentioning desktop. And finally, from Lighthouse, I'm passing this threshold over here and this Lighthouse config over here. Then I need to run. Let me run once, then it will be clear to you.
Lighthouse we have to install first.
No, it's by default installed in your Chrome browser only.
Okay.
And if you need to implement through Cypress, I have coding. See, you can do manually also, not an issue. It will save your time, but you can't test in your production manually, correct? Because that's a production server. Over there, there is no browser. So that point of time, you need to write this Cypress code. So for that, yes, this plugin first you need to install. Okay. So if I'm clicking, observe very perfectly, okay? It's opened. Now see, it will open another tab because it will check from the Chrome browser itself, not from the test runner. See, it's opened.
Yes.
Now it's open Google. Automatically that Lighthouse, it's not showing over here, but it's opening that Lighthouse.
Okay.
Right.
So it's failed. My first one is basically failed because some threshold has been crossed. That's okay, cool, no issue. Let's see the second one. Let it be fail, no issue, because our main focus that performance report. Okay, because you are not going to optimize anything over there because that's the developer job. You need to just generate the report. I'm just going to showcase that one on. So second one is running. See, this time this came like a full page. First one is like short. Why short? Because I'm not mentioning anything. The second time I mentioned desktop. So it's opening as a desktop. And the second one is also failed. Why? PWA record is 36 and is under the 50 threshold. Correct. Now, if you check our code now. What is our threshold? 50, but it came 36. It came 36, but we given 50. So it's failed performance. Now, how we will know like, yes, it's done or not? Nothing. Stop this one. Stop your test runner as well. Once it's done, see, previously we mentioned we are generating reports over here,
Yeah.
correct?
Yes.
So this is the JSON.
Reports are generating automatically, right?
Correct, absolutely, it's generating automatically. Now, what I will do basically, let me reveal in File Explorer. So this is the file. Now I will go to, this is the link, Google Chrome GitHub Lighthouse Viewer. Okay, you have to go over here. Nothing to do, just click on this and select your report. Today is 25th July, correct?
Yes.
6:17, right now only we run, and we will open from here. See, the same report what we are generating manually, the same report is actually generated from here.
Performance, where's the question mark? Like why in the performance?
Performance is question mark, means it's not yet executed properly. There is a question mark in the performance because it's too slow. Because see, time to interactive is coming like 8.2 seconds. This is 1.4 second. Why? Because Google is blocking. Because Google is so smart, he knows someone is doing some phishing, he is blocking, nothing else. But from our case, in your practical project, if you are doing this one, it will work perfectly.
I'm really sorry, boss. My internet is very today.
It is perfectly okay, Shogata. Just check that video again, okay, after this meeting. If you have any question, we are there, so don't worry. And from here, the good thing is that if you need to send this report to someone else in your development team or your senior, how will you do that? You will click over here. Says giving you option, save as HTML. Okay. Here,
Okay,
here.
okay.
So save as a HTML and send it to him or her, whoever is your report. Cool.
Yes.
So up to this is clear how basically performance testing is basically we are doing. Correct? Vishaka, Shogata?
So Lighthouse is automatically is there in the Google Chrome.
Yes.
Yes, boss. It's a complete new thing. So
Yeah, absolutely. This is, see, this is the last topic of Cypress. So it should be advanced. Correct?
yeah.
So this is advanced. So no issue. If you don't know this Lighthouse, you are not implementing, trust me, no one is going to say anything because you can do manually also.
Yes, got the Lighthouse.
Yeah, so don't worry about it. Okay, so next is basically, okay, I'm stopping. Okay, so last and final topic of today, that is artillery. So what is the difference between artillery? Okay, let's me stop each and everything, whatever the thing I opened. See what is the difference? Why I suggested instead of JMeter, go for artillery. This is the difference. FTP, JDBC, SOAP, LDAP, TCP, JMS, SMTP, POP3, IMF, you are not going to test, correct? You are only going to test HTTP, like those API, fetch, etc. You are going to test socket or WebSocket maximum. Second, see, speed to write a test. This is slow in JMeter. Here it is fast. Here it is basically GUI oriented as well as weak Java and hard to maintain. Possibility to create scripts, but too complex, lack of documentation. Here basically script oriented, strong as a format of JSON on YML, and easier to maintain. Plugin available to be able to configurable flexible load, supports ramp up phases and flexible. This ramp up phase, another thing that we will check when we will code. Multi-core support. Multi-core means if you have multiple core in your machine or in your server, it can support multiple core at the time of testing. So that's why it's fast. You can do your version control as well. In JMeter, that is not there. Number of concurrent user, you can implement 1,000, but under restriction. Here also you can create thousands of users concurrently. So basically, if you check the advantage of artillery, this is huge. And that's why this is a modern load testing tool. And whoever is going to use Cypress, this is very easy for those person to implement artillery, because you have to implement in that Node.js file only. No need to implement something else project. So in that one project only, you can easily implement artillery. Now, how you will going to install? This is very simple. Just go and check artillery.io, their documentation. This is pretty simple because you already know, like this npm install g, why we are going to use. So you have to just write, copy and paste, it will install. For development, you will just do like this way. Once this is done, go to core concept. Obviously, don't go to in pro because that is a paid version we are not going to use. So basically, in a particular test, there is two parts. One is configuration and one or more scenario, like multiple scenario. Like in BGD, you saw like multiple scenario we are creating. So here also you can create multiple scenario. And when we are saying concurrent user, that's means what? You are basically creating virtual user concurrently. Okay. And this is all the things is going to work on top of REST API. Clear up to this? How it's look like? It's look like this way. Someone is saying something. You said something, Sangeeta?
No.
Okay. So as I mentioned, there is two part. One is configuration and scenario. So in configuration, there is basically load phase, and in scenario, you are basically making those requests. So see, in load phase, what you are doing? You are mentioning phases like this way, then tab hyphen duration 300, arrival rate 10, and the name is warm up phase. Means this is the name you are giving of that phase. Arrival rate means 10 means 10 times it will hit of that API within 300 milliseconds. Got it?
Yeah. Like threads, the arrival rate, the 10 threads, like that.
Arrival rate is basically 10 new virtual user.
Yes,
It's
10
basically
users can hit within 30 milliseconds.
300, not millisecond, I'm wrong. This is 300 second or my 5 minutes, it will hit. And virtual user is basically this one, this arrival rate. Okay. Now, how it's look like? Okay, next go to our writing your first test. So you are going to maintain like a target URL like this way. Okay, let's open this one. Config target means that your URL where you are doing that load testing. Okay, this is your URL. Duration 60 seconds, arrival rate 5. So this is one phase. We mentioned we can create multiple phase. This is one phase we created from warm up. We are warming up our server because in serverless, if you are going to test, you know, your server is like nowhere, correct? So first time it will be slow, but once it's up, again and again you can check multiple times. So this is basically we are warming up with the 5 virtual user. Once it's done, then we are creating this one. Second, 120 seconds, arrival rate 5 user only, and one extra parameter, that is ramp up. Now, what is ramp 2 that we will discuss? Let it be. Now, in third stage, this is sustained load. See, from 5 to directly we are pushing 50 virtual user. So it's what happened. Like if you saw like Amazon, like right now Amazon Prime Day is going on.
Yes.
So suddenly in Amazon, from like 5 million user to they reach maybe 500 million user. So how they will test their server? So this is the way they are creating their virtual user and checking their actually server is going to support that much of load or not. Okay. So see, it's basically saying the same thing only. Sustained spike of 50 virtual user every second for the next 10 minutes. Okay. Oh. Now, this ramp up, ramp 2, what I actually skipped that point at, this is what? You will start with 5 virtual user, then it will reach up to 50 virtual user each second wise. Okay, this is called ramp 2. Increment 5 to 50 it will reach.
I
Now
have to
your
mention like that, right? Like it can be anything. It like it's not always 5 to 50. I can give any data. No, it has to be 5 to 50.
it can be anything, but before you put anything, you have to discuss with your developer or your production manager or solution architect, like up to what threshold
Threshold, yeah.
we need to test. Because if you are writing over there, suppose 500 million and your
No,
server
no,
is actually not support, so your server will totally crash because of you.
crash. It will
So,
crash. Exactly.
yeah, so that thing you need to check.
Hmm.
So we already saw config, then the target URL, those phases, like 3 phases. Then another thing is there, that is payload. Like suppose you have one CSV file or Excel file. From there, you need to check based on some specific keyword or through, suppose you are actually doing login. So maybe you have 1,000 user login credential and you want to test with those login credential only, that API, and you are checking load testing. So obviously you need a CSV or Excel file. So you can pass like this way, that CSV file path and those field name.
So
Okay.
both is the way we are doing in JMeter. We are recording the script and adding that here it is the CSV file, right? This is the
Correct.
like from here it will take page.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now we see, we already discussed about scenario. So this is actually saying like how you can utilize, like you can create this scenario like this way. Your flow will be like this. Fast, the URL will be this JSON structure, because like Sangeeta, you already mentioned, like we need to mention content type JSON. So how you will send those JSON file? So you can send like this way JSON. Okay. Then for response, how we will collect the response? So see here we are using capture. So under this capture, you are collecting that result in a JSON structure only and giving one alias name, that is product ID. Means you are searching a product. Once that product is found, you are actually capturing product ID in this alias name as a product ID.
What could be the keyword, boss? Keyword?
This keyword is basically like, see, if you are searching something, okay, just think about e-commerce. In e-commerce, you are searching keyword of computer. You are
Right.
searching keyword with video game.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is the keyword you are passing dynamically over here. Now you just think in your CSV, if you wrote like this way, multiple keywords, okay, and if you store in that CSV, now once you are calling this keyboard.csv and passing the fields of keyword, each time it will send randomly this name and it will test. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is the thing, basically how we are actually doing the testing in a very basic level. Now go to command line. Now thing is how you will run. You have to run like this way. Artillery run myscript.yml, like that script you wrote, like config, target, phase, that is a script. So that script you are writing in, like suppose this is a file, okay, you are writing. Then when you are running, you have to type this command, artillery run that file path, nothing else. Now,
the terminal, we have to write this in the terminal section.
Terminal section, absolutely. Then if you need to create a report, JSON report, then artillery run -- output report.json, then your YML file. Extra thing added, this part for report generation in a JSON format.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you need to generate where is that? See, this is another command where we are basically converting that JSON file, that report.json to report.html. Means obviously you can't send someone as a JSON format, right? So you have to send as a HTML format as a report. So this is the command for JSON to HTML conversion. So let's do some hands-on, okay? Okay, see, as I told, we created over here the same way. Now, if I'm opening this login.yml file, you can see I already created one thing like config, target, like this is the path, phase, duration 10, means 10 seconds. Within 10 seconds, I am basically hitting with 100 virtual user. And my scenario is basically flow will be like post URL is dev gender API, I will call. So this will call from here only. So this is my base URL like Cypress, and this is my basically visit one. Okay. With JSON, I am passing the name, that is Abhishek, and I will capture in the JSON format only from body the country name, and I am storing as a alias country name. Okay.
So
And
this thing I didn't understand. Capture JSON body dot country name. This is what I didn't understand.
this is response. Like if you are getting to a API is responding back something, some data that you need to hold, correct? So this is the line where we are holding those data.
In this table, is this a table country name where
No,
we are
it is not table.
This is
like
a JSON.
where we are holding?
This is just a JSON structure.
Okay.
Now, if I need to run, how we will run? So I will going to run like this way only. See, this zoom panel is so irritating. Okay, see artillery run dot artillery, because why? I have one folder artillery. That's why I need to go to first folder. Then within that folder login.ym. So if I hit this one, what will happen? Let's see. See, it's showing started phase, duration 10 seconds. It's giving me the time.
Yeah, one thing I didn't understand, like why it will show the name Abhishek and the country name, like
I'm
as
telling that one. Wait, let me define this one. See, it started, elapsed time 11 seconds, scenario launched 775, scenario completed, request, mean response, minimum, maximum, P95, codes, how many codes? Like 200, we already saw 200 means success. How many time it's success? Okay, the second time it's actually started, checked again, all virtual user is finished. This is like a total scenario counts. It's saying like 1,000 times it's actually worked, and it's worked in a perfect way only, because if you multiply 100 in 10, how much is coming?
1,000.
1,000. So that's mean each second, each hit with 100 virtual user. So 10 seconds, that's mean 1,000 virtual user.
Yes.
So that's the main reason it's showing 1,000 virtual user is hit, and every time it's success. If it's not success, then here it will show like maybe 400 error, 300 error, this goes. But this is, you can't read this data, correct?
Yeah.
So that's why then next what you need to do,
Like how we will save it in a HTML report.
no, first we will convert to in a JSON. See, like this way. Output.
Okay, we will have to save it in a JSON format.
Okay, Vishaka is saying she can't see. Now you can see, Vishaka.
Yes, yes.
So yes, now I'm generating in JSON format. Okay. So once I click hit on this one, it will again test 1,000 times. So it's saying CPU usage is very high. That's okay, no issue, because I'm hitting very high. So see, my report just JSON is generated over here, but you can't, you don't know, correct? What are those things? So
Yes.
that's why you need to convert in HTML.
Okay,
So
I will-
yeah, now for this one, same thing. Hyphen output report.html, and I will convert like the, like in that example only they are saying I am actually hitting like this way. My report is generated. So this is my report. Okay, this HTML form is generated. So let me open in my browser this report. See how cool this one. My
Yeah.
load for this API is done. Test duration 20 seconds, scenario created this much, scenario completed this much, scenario count this much, codes 200 written this much of time, test completed without network or OS error, there is no error. This is the overall latency distribution. This is the concurrent user, how it's reached, in what time. Okay, this is the concurrent user count. This is the mean RPS, like mean request per second. This is the count of request per second. This is my HTTP code. And this is my all the raw data it's basically giving.
Wow.
So if you are sending this report to anyone, it's done. Your load testing is completed.
This is awesome. Boss, I have a very stupid question, I guess. So this report you are getting as you have that mocha, like that report.
Mocha awesome report. This format will not.
No. This is not related anything to Mocha. Leave Cypress, we are done. This is not Cypress. This is totally separate. Artillery.
How you're getting this report?
Nothing. We are just writing this command. See, artillery report hyphen output report.html report.json. Because first time I generated report.json, I'm just converting just JSON to report.html. That's all done.
So automatically this report has been generated here.
Correct.
Oh.
Absolutely.
In this
This is-
package, this all are mentioned, like this charts and all everything. Latency.
Right. Correct. Absolutely.
Okay, great. But this is really, really great.
Yes.
Absolutely. So that's the main reason I thought instead of JMeter, if you are implementing this one, this is so simple.
Yeah, why you haven't? Why you need this name Abhishek and country name?
I can give anything. I can give over here Vishakha also, no issue.
Yeah.
But country name, because in this API, okay, whatever the API I am calling, they are returning this country name, one of the field. So that I can't change, because see, like if you are checking one login only or registration, API if you are checking. So in that registration API, obviously it will return you that registered user ID.
Yes.
Yes.
Now developer is returning you in the name of user ID, that field name. You can't give any other name because that's the thing they are returning.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Okay.
Obviously, when you are checking API through this load testing, obviously you need to get to know first from those developers what they are returning, like a documentation. Based on that, you test, do whatever you want.
Okay. So whatever you have, boss, based on that you have written here. Now this name and country, it could be anything.
It could be anything.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm stopping sharing. That's all. Done. Nothing else.
Done for today. Thank you, boss.
Thank you.